Hi, Aiden. Aiden.
Oh, before this meeting? Okay.
All right. So today we're going to learn about multiplying by one digit.
Okay.
Well, like two or multiple numbers, like two or three numbers by one digit. Okay.
Okay.
Very easy to do. I'm going to show you two different ways to do it, and we're going to practice. So
Okay.
let me get my screen up. Okay. Just have one video to watch today on this, and then we'll do some practice.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
Hi, and welcome to Math Antics. In this video lesson, we're going to learn how to do basic multi-digit multiplication. Now this can be tricky at first, but don't get discouraged. It just might take some extra time and practice, but you'll get the hang of it. One thing I want to mention before we start is that multi-digit multiplication will be much easier for you if you memorize your basic multiplication facts. But if you don't have them memorized, then be sure to have a multiplication table handy when you're doing your practice problems. Okay. The best way to learn this is to jump right in. Let's try 137 times 5. Now, as you can see, this is a 3-digit number times a 1-digit number. When you're given a problem like this, where the numbers are written side by side, you need to rewrite it in stacked form, with the ones places lined up the way we did with addition and subtraction. Now, you might remember with multiplication that the order of the problem doesn't matter, so we can put whichever number we want on the top or the bottom. But it's always best to put the number with the most digits on the top and the one with the fewest digits on the bottom. There, now we draw our answer line below and we put our time symbol to the left so we don't forget that we're multiplying. Okay, now we're ready to learn the procedure for multiplying. Basically, what we're going to do is break up this big multiplication problem into a series of small multiplication problems, or steps. Those small steps involve multiplying a digit in the bottom number by a digit in the top number. Now in our problem, we only have one digit on the bottom, and we're going to multiply it by each of the digits in the top number. And since the top number has 3 digits, that means that our problem will have 3 small multiplication steps. For the first step, we multiply the bottom digit, 5, by the digit in the ones place of the top number, which is 7. We always start with the ones place and work our way from right to left. So 5 times 7 gives us 35. Now, just like with addition, when we get a 2-digit answer, we have to carry the first digit to the top of the next column, because it'll be in the way of the next answer digit if we don't. So the 5 stays down here in the ones place of the answer, but the 3 gets carried up to the top of the tens place column. Now it's time for the second step. We multiply the bottom digit 5 by the next digit to the left in our top number, 3. So 5 times 3 equals 15. But wait a second, there's that 3 we carried up to the top from the last answer. What do we do with that? Well, we need to add it to the answer that we just got. That's because that 3 was supposed to go in the tens place of the answer, but just not all by itself. We had to do the second multiplication step first and see what else needed to go in that answer spot with it. And it turned out to be a 5, the second digit of the answer 15. So we have to combine the 2 digits that both go in that answer place. That's why we add the digit we carried, and we end up with 18. But once again, our answer is a 2-digit number, so we leave the 8 in our answer line, and we carry the 1 up to the top of the hundreds place column. Now for our third and last multiplication step. We have 5 times 1, which is just 5. But again, there's that digit we carried up above, so it wouldn't be in the way. What do you think we do with that digit? Yep, we add it to the answer we got from the multiplication step. So 5 plus 1 gives us 6, and that's what goes in our answer line. Okay then, we've done all 3 of our multiplication steps, and the answer to our problem, 5 times 137, is 685. Now that wasn't so bad, was it? Let's try one more example before you practice some on your own. Let's multiply 2,617 by 4. Again, we stack our problem with the ones places lined up. and we make sure that the number with the most digits is on top. Because our top number has 4 digits this time, it means we'll break this problem up into 4 small multiplication steps. We'll multiply the bottom digit by each digit in the top number, starting with the ones place on the right and working our way left. Okay, here we go with the first step. We multiply the bottom digit by the top digit in the ones place. 4 times 7 equals 28. Because we have a 2-digit answer, we need to carry the digit that'll be in the way. We're going to add it back in after we complete the next multiplication step. So we carry the 2 to the top of the tens column, and we leave the 8 where it is. Now we can do the second step. We multiply the bottom digit by the next digit in the top number. 4 times 1 equals 4. That was easy. But don't forget about that digit we carried. We need to add that to our answer from the second step. So 4 plus 2 gives us 6, and that's what we put in our answer place. And this time we have a 1-digit answer, so we don't need to carry. We can just move on to the next step. For our third multiplication step, we'll multiply 4 times 6, and that gives us 24. Yep, it's a 2-digit answer, so we'll need to carry again. The 4 stays in the answer, and the 2 moves up to the top of the thousands column. Now it's time for the fourth and last step. We multiply 4 times 2, which is 8, but then we need to add the digit we carried, which is a 2. So 8 plus 2 gives us 10, and that can go down in our answer line. And even though it's a 2-digit number, we don't have to carry because we're all done with our multiplication steps, and we have our final answer. 4 times 2,617 equals 10,468. All right, that's the basics of multi-digit multiplication, but it's really important to practice so you get good at it. Be sure to do the printable exercises for this section. Then,
Okay, hold on. So we're gonna, hold on just a minute. You there?
Yes.
Okay. So you've gone over multiplication quite a bit, I'm sure.
Yes.
Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do some problems, and I'm going to show you the 2 different ways to do it. The area model and then just the regular way. I don't know if y'all learned that this year, but we're going to practice both ways, and then you can decide which you like best, okay?
Okay.
All righty. Let's see. Add any more? Yes, I do. Don't know what I did. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Here's some problems. Boop, boop. All right, here we go. Here's some problems. You're not going to see me for a second. I know that's going to make you sad, but I'm going to turn you around to my screen, okay? We're good?
Yeah.
All right. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to work it 2 different ways. I'm going to start with the way that we just saw on the video, 369 times 6. So 6, do you know your facts?
Yes. I've known them since 1st grade.
Awesome. 6 times 9.
54.
So I'm going to bring the 4 down, put the 4 down and carry the 5. 6 times 6.
36.
Plus 5.
41.
I'm going to bring down the 1, carry the 4. 6 times 3.
18.
Plus 4.
22.
All right. So we have 2,214. Now, let me show you another way to do this that I believe you're going to need to know. And you probably have already been shown, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. So we draw a box. And we're going to put our single digit over here. And then we're going to use expanded form for 369. So 369, that's going to be 300 plus 60 plus 9. Are you familiar with this method? Okay. So I'm going to say 6 times 3 is what?
18.
And then I'm going to add my 2 zeros. 6 times 6 is
36.
plus my 1 0. And 6 times 9.
54.
Okay.
And then add.
Very nice. And I'm going to line them up. So that's 4, 6 and 5 is 11, carry the 1, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, carry, and we end up with the same answer. Are you familiar with both those methods?
Yes.
Which method do you prefer?
I prefer the first one.
Okay, well, that's what we'll do. Since you were the only one on here, you get to choose, okay? Now, when we get some more people, we might have to go back and forth depending, but you are the one. So let's do 748 times 2. Okay, I want you to work that one for me real quick.
Okay. Done.
All right, what did you get?
1,496.
Let's check. So we're going to always start in the ones place, just like when we're adding and subtracting. So 2 times 8 is 16. Bring down the 6, carry the 1. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. And 2 times 7 is
14.
awesome. Okay, 1,496. Let's do another one. 964 times 3. Go.
Done.
All right, what'd you get?
3,892.
Let's check. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to bring down my 2, carry my 1. 3 times 6 is 18 plus 1 is 19. Bring down my 9, carry my 1. 3 times 9, 27 plus 1 is 28. Wait. 3 times 9, 3
It's
times,
27. Plus
and
that
then,
1.
well, okay. So do you see where you made your mistake? Or did I just hear you wrong and you said 28 and I thought you said 38?
I said 28.
Okay, sorry. All right, so you got it right, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Well, you know what? Okay. Let's practice just in case for your already lesson. You need to know how to do both ways. Let's just practice one more time the area model method. And they may call it something else. I taught 6th grade math for like 8 years. And so I'm used to using more of that was a term we use. So if they call it something else, you know what it is. So I'm going to do 526 times 4. So will you give me 526 in expanded form?
500 plus 20 plus 6.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with 4 times 5 is,
20.
and then I add what?
The 2 zeros.
Excellent. 4 times 2 is
80.
8, and add your 0, 80. And 4 times 6.
24.
Okay. Then what do you do next? After I've done this?
Add them all.
Okay, now let me tell you this, and you seem to be very good in math, so I'm not really worried about you, but I do want to make sure when you go to add all these up, you do know to make sure to line them up by place value, correct?
Correct.
Because if you don't, you're going to end up with the wrong answer. So we have 4, 8 and 2 is what?
Okay.
8 and 2?
That is 10.
So I'm going to bring down my 0 and carry my 1. What's 1 plus 0?
1.
And I'm going to bring down my 2. Okay? Do you feel I know you prefer the other method, but do you feel comfortable with both methods?
Yes.
Okay.
I did this a lot with Miss Snyder.
Who is Miss Snyder?
He is now the 7th grade math teacher at the middle school.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right. So do you want to do any more?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So what are you going to, hold on just a minute. Give me just a second. Hold on. Why are we doing this? I don't want to record you anymore.